Hey friends, welcome to another video here on Lissa's Raw Food Romance. Today I want to talk about eye health. I'm going to share a little bit about my eye health in the last couple years, most of my life too. But then I'm going to share some other things about raw food and eye exercises. So if you're interested in listening, stay tuned. Thank you again so much for joining me today for another video here on my channel. If you like videos like this, if you enjoy Vlogmas, click like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out our sales that we have going on right now. We have 40% off our ebooks. We have 28 ebooks, raw, vegan, lots of recipes and fun stuff like the wraps, the tacos, soups, stews, curries, chilies, smoothies, all kinds of fun things. The code is rawfood40 to get 40% off, and the link is payhip.com/rawfoodromance. You can find it in the description box below. We also have the link for our school community. This is a community where we do our live raw food classes every month. We have all the replays available. There's over 80 hours worth of content that you can get access to. It's on sale, 30% off until the end of the year. So instead of $47 a month, you're only paying $33 a month if you sign up now. And yeah, check it out. All the links down below. So I wanted to chat about eye health because in the month of November, so every month in the community, we have kind of like a theme, and it's a monthly challenge, and we all join in, and I write daily posts talking about science and energy and all kinds of stuff. And in November, we did an eye health challenge. So every day there was a new recipe that featured apples, and we had eye health topics. Like we talked about the different parts of the eye, different nutrients that support the eye exercises. So I wanted to share a little bit here with you in this video. You can access all the previous posts for the November challenge in the community. If you join, you get access to all the previous challenges that we've ever done. So you can do the challenges on your own as well. If you wanted to do a past one, that's definitely something that you can do as well. So yeah, eye health. Let's chat about that. So I have always had glasses from as far back as I can remember. I think I got them when I was like 8 or something. And I have always had my vision getting progressively worse until I went raw. So before going raw, in my early 20s, my eye doctor told me multiple times, multiple different visits, that I was at high risk for retinal detachment. And that scared me so bad because that's one of the things that I fear the most is losing my vision. And because I'm such a creative person, I like to see. And I'd almost rather, how some people ask you, like, what would you rather, lose your hearing or your sight? I'd rather lose my hearing because my sight is so important to me. And I was always scared of having to go for eye surgery or something like that. So retinal detachment scared me at a pretty young age. And I didn't really know what to do. Even though I worked at the health food store, there was like eye health supplements and stuff that I'd take here and there. But my vision was progressively getting worse. And then I went raw. In 2014, I went raw. And after about a year and a bit, after I'd lost about, I don't know, I hadn't lost all my weight yet. It was close though. It like maybe 50 or 60 pounds I had already lost. I went for a photo shoot with a friend. A friend photographer asked if I could be the model. And I was like, okay. I was like rarely the model because I was the photographer. I ran a successful freelance photography business when I lived in Canada for over a decade. And yeah, he was like, do you want to be a model? I want to practice using his new lights or whatever. And I was like, okay, sure. Right. I'd lost weight and I was feeling pretty good. So we go out into the botanical gardens and we're doing a shoot. And he wanted to take pictures without my glasses. And I was like, I don't really want without my glasses because my glasses are like part of me and I love them. And he's like, no, I just want to take a few, just to see how you like it or whatever. So I was like, fine. So I took off my glasses and I put them on a pile of jackets that we had. He had also his lenses and some other like very delicate items. So I figured my glasses would be safe with his delicate lenses, and I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. So I put them there on top of his lenses and stuff. So we're shooting and everything, and he takes a step back. And this was, by the way, on the base of his light that he had. So it was like a big section. It wasn't just a pile of jackets and lenses. It was like at the base of his light, the big studio light that he brought out. He took a step back too far and he stepped on the pile of clothes with the lenses and everything, and he broke my glasses. And I was like, no. I'm like, I told you I didn't want to take them off. But we figured it out. We kind of like arranged my glasses or whatever. He paid for new glasses because he felt so bad. But when I went to the doctor to get the new prescription so that I could get new glasses, my eye doctor, who had been seeing for forever, was like, I don't see any sign of retinal detachment possibility, like risk, right? I guess she could see whatever. I don't know. I'm not an eye doctor, but she was like, I don't see any issues. She's like, your eyes are like really healthy. She's like, what have you been doing? I'm like, just trying to eat healthier, I'm eating more fruits and veggies, and tell her I was raw. I was like, just, I'm just eating all really good and everything. She's like, keep it up. She's like, this is so good or whatever. Then after that, I moved to the United States. I got another pair of glasses, and my vision wasn't getting horribly worse. Like it slowed to a halt, almost. I have increased like a quarter of a diopter, I think is what they say, over the last decade. So it's pretty good. I really haven't changed much in prescription. And the last two times that I gone to the eye doctor here in Las Vegas, so I have a new eye doctor. She is very impressed with my eye health. She's like, your eyes are so healthy. And the last time that I went, which was just a couple months ago, these are new glasses. We did there's like this Optimap or something. It like tracks your whole eye, the entire inside, and you can see your retina and everything. And she was like, your eyes are so healthy. Like she almost was surprised when she looked at it because, she's like, oh, you're in perimenopause. You're getting older. Like, do you have, when I first sat down, she was kind of concerned. She was like, do you have any vision issues? Like, are you okay? Is everything good? And she was like really concerned. I was like, yeah, everything's good. So then when she opened up the map of my eyes, she was genuinely surprised. She was like, whoa, your eyes are like really healthy. The only thing that she said that I could have some help with is hydration in the eye. And she's like, it's normal living in the desert. It's very, very dry here. So we desert people need to take a little bit more initiative when it comes to the hydration of our eyes. So increasing omega-3 intake is something that I'm focusing a lot more on as well. And using eye compresses, using a warm washcloth and just leaving it on the eyes every day to help with, the tear ducts and all the moisture and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing she said that I needed help with. So the raw diet is amazing. And I wanted to talk a little bit about eye exercises as well. So there are some eye exercises. We could go through a whole bunch of them together here. The eye has muscles around it, and our eyes are active and we need to train them. So one of the big problems that we have these days is our phones and our screens. So our eyes are naturally made to see all different kinds of distances and colors and shapes and all kinds of stuff. So we are constantly shifting our focus, and our eye muscles are doing a lot of that work. So when we're looking at something far away, then we're looking at something close, and then we're looking at something far away, and we're moving our eyes around and all this stuff. We're exercising our eyes. But in our modern life right now, we don't exercise our eyes very much. We're looking at one phone, and even though there's movement happening on the phone or on the screen, our eyes aren't doing any focus work. It's always the same plane that we're looking at for hours and hours. It's making our eyes extremely lazy. It's like laying on the couch and not going to the gym. If we lay on the couch long enough, our muscles atrophy. And same thing happens with our eyes when we look at too many screens in that same plane for hours. Our eyes don't get that chance to shift and look at different depths of field, right? Like we want to look at far things and close up things and practice with our focus. It's super, super important. So doing eye exercises is a really great way to train the eyes, even though we are still using screens and phones and all that kind of stuff. We want to take initiative and help our eyes out. We really do. So, one of the best things that we can do that's the easiest is called palming, where you take the palm of your hand and you just put it on your eyes. And you don't want to push your eyes, you just want to rest it on there so it's nice and dark and you just breathe. That's like one of the, easiest eye exercises to do. Then you have there's something called the 20-20-20 rule. So every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. This will help your eyes to adjust if you are working long term on like, that solid plane, you're typing or whatever. And again, even though things are moving, like watching a movie or whatever, you're seeing things move on the screen, but you're not doing any depth of field work. So always look at something far away for 20 seconds and look at the detail and practice the focus. You can look at different things, but take a break for your eyes. Not only should we get up and move our bodies every 20 minutes, get some squats in or do 10 jumping jacks or whatever, but work your eyes out as well. So looking at the distance is really good too. And then we have eye stretches that we can do. There's a few that I really like. I like the clock one a lot, where you're going to close your eyes and then you're going to look at 12 o'clock for like 3 or 5 seconds, and then you come back to center. And then you look at 1 o'clock, and I'm going backwards. I'm going counterclockwise. So that would be like 11 o'clock for you guys if you're watching. And then you come back, or maybe not. I don't know. I think I mirrored this. Then you look at 2 o'clock for a few seconds and come back to center. And you look at 3 o'clock. And then you look at 4 o'clock. And you do that. You like hold it for like 3 or 5 seconds in between each one. You can go all the way around and then you can go counterclockwise. Or you could just do the circle where you just circle the rim of your eyes and you go back and just stretch. You don't have to do it hard because, you can get a headache if you do too much all at once and you're not used to doing eye exercises. Just go slow and be gentle with your eyes. Then there's the figure 8. This one's a lot easier to do with your eyes closed because if you're doing it with it open, you're going to constantly focus on stuff, when you're doing the figure 8. So go up and down and then go backwards, right? And trace a figure 8 with your eyes or the infinity signal or symbol. Then there's the X that I really like too. You close your eyes and then you look up at like, the 45-degree angle here, and then you trace all the way down to the bottom. And then you can go up to this top one and then trace all the way down to here. All the time stretching your eye. And then in between each exercise, you can do the palming exercise just for like 30 seconds and just relax. Let your eye muscles relax because like I said, you can get a headache if you're not used to it. Your eye muscles, it's kind of like going to the gym for the first time after 6 months. And you're like, I'm sore because they're muscles, right? They're going to get sore when you work them. So those are some eye stretching exercises that you can do when you're standing in line, when you're falling asleep, when you just first wake up or whatever, you're watching a show and there's some commercials, do the distance one. Then there's some focusing exercises that I really like thumb tracking. So you have your thumb in front of you and you focus on it and you look at all the detail of your thumb as focused as you can get. And then you move your thumb as far away as you can. And you keep focusing on your thumb and then move it forward as close as you possibly can get and then move it back and then just do that for a couple minutes. That's a good one as well. I also like the shift focus. This is probably my favorite exercise. So we'll use the Osea bottle as my thing to focus on. And behind me or behind the camera here is our Christmas tree. It's about 5 feet away or so. You probably want to do something a little further, but 5 feet is a good place to start and good to have different options of things to look at. So first, I like using bottles because you can focus on the writing on it. So put it kind of like off to the center and you start looking at what you're seeing. You're reading the stuff for about 10 seconds or so, and then immediately switch to the Christmas tree or whatever's back there, right? You focus and then focus on something over there, like the Christmas balls or the decorations or what have you. And then after about 20 seconds, then you switch back to the close object. And then you can switch back to the far object and switch back to the close object and just do that back and forth. That really helps to train your focus as well. Then there's a peripheral kind of an exercise. And this is a fun one too. I like doing this. And so you just basically look at something in front of you. It could be 5 feet, it could be 20 feet, it could be something in front of you, anything. Focus on that and keep your gaze and focus on that one item, but then become aware at what is around in the peripheral. Like I know there's a tree here. I can see a little bit of it. I can see a little bit of, there's a cat over here. Just kind of pay attention to what's around you without actually looking at it. Just be aware of what is in this space around you. So those are some really fun exercises to do, but we shared 30 different exercises in the community. So if you want access to more of those, you can join the community and review all of the posts from November or October or September, whatever. You can review all of the monthly challenges that we've done. They're all in the community. And again, we talked a lot about nutrition for the eyes. Like, for example, lutein and zeaxanthin and vitamin C are highly concentrated in the retina and in many areas of our eye because, as we know, oxidative damage happens with oxygen, obviously, and light exposure. That's why they say you should put your nuts and seeds in a dark jar, in a dark cupboard, because light oxidizes. And guess what comes into our eyes all the time? We've got light coming in all the time, and that's what makes us see. But that light is damaging to our cells. So that's why our bodies are smart and they've concentrated antioxidants in our eyes. But the only way to have that concentration of antioxidants in our eyes is to eat the antioxidants. We need so many of them, especially for eye health. And lutein and zeaxanthin are two of the top eye antioxidants that we can get in our diets. And interestingly enough, they are very abundant in leafy greens. So lutein and zeaxanthin are the yellow orange spectrum of colors. So that's why carrots are always typically like an eye health thing. Yellow tomatoes, yellow beets, yellow, what else is yellow? Mangoes. These are all orange and yellow bell peppers. These are all really amazing colors, carotenoids, for our vision. And you would think like, well, why are they predominant in leafy greens when they're not yellow or orange? Interestingly enough, chlorophyll, the green pigment, overshadows the yellow and the orange underneath. So when the sun is not as abundant in the fall, that is why the leaves turn color. It's not that they are turning color. It's that there isn't enough light to make enough green pigment. So there's less green pigment in the leaves, and there's naturally, always has been, yellows and oranges, and sometimes reds, depending on the tree. But these lutein and zeaxanthin pigments have always been there. They're there during the summer. It's just that there's more chlorophyll, and that overpowers the pigments yellow and orange. So we don't see them in the summertime, but we see them in the fall because less chlorophyll is being made. So those colors just show underneath naturally because, there's not as much chlorophyll. So leafy greens are a great source of lutein and zeaxanthin. So not only eating orange and yellow colored foods, but eating greens as well. So add more greens, get more in there because you are also getting lutein and zeaxanthin, and increase your vitamin C intake as well. That's going to help. Omega-3s, again, as I mentioned, that's going to help keep your eyes really hydrated and keep those eyes healthy, and practice those eye exercises and treat your eyes with respect because vision is something that we don't usually think about for the most part. It's just there. It's kind of like breathing. We don't think about it until something's wrong. So take that time to pay attention and be grateful for the sight that you do have if you have sight. It's an amazing thing to have, and we should be taking care of that as well as everything else in our bodies. And finally, don't forget, the classic stuff. It's interesting because it's always the classic stuff that helps us the most, that we're like, oh yeah, I know I should do that. Get your exercise, go to bed on time, practice stress management, eat properly, like these boring things that we say, but these are the things that change our life. These are the things that make us feel so good. So it's like, got to do the boring things to experience an extraordinary life, right? So stress can constrict the blood vessels, and we've got tiny, 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 tiny little blood vessels in our eyes. So any amount of stress can constrict those, and it kind of like, that's why like your eyes get so tired. Maybe your vision gets blurry if you've had a really long, stressful day. Your eyes are affected as well. So keep that stress level low as possible. I know easier said than done, but get that exercise in to increase the blood flow to your eyes, bring more nutrients up there, and get good quality sleep, as we know is one of the most important things we can do. So thank you for joining me for this video. If you liked it, please click like. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out our sales. We've got 40% off any or all of our raw vegan recipe ebooks. Code is rawfood40 and the link is payhip.com/rawfoodromance. We also have 30% off right now on our school community. No code needed. It's already 30% off. It's right now $33 a month instead of $47 a month. So if you sign up before the end of the year, you are locked in at $33 a month. Join us for our live raw food classes in the community, the monthly challenges. You can access all the previous monthly challenges and all the previous replays. There's over 80 hours of content. So join up and you get access to all of that. We'd love to see you in there. It's a really great community, very supportive. If you're looking for support, accountability, that kind of thing, it's a great place. So we'd love to see you over there. And we have our online meal planning app at rawfoodromance.com, or you can find the app as well in the App Store. Until the next video, we'll see you again tomorrow for another one. Until then, I love you and get those eye exercises going and fruit on.